Hello and welcome to ATFX's Jackson Hole Symposium preview. So markets are moving and they're moving all over the place, mainly on geopolitics at the moment and have been for the last several months. But those geopolitics obviously come through to affect fundamentals. Main drivers of the big fundamentals are, of course, central bankers, and many of the world's top central bankers will be congregating in Jackson Hole, Wyoming for the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City's annual symposium. This comes at the end of next week. So I think it's the 27th to the 29th of August. No doubt about it, the headline act is going to be the new Fed Chair Kevin Warsh. But alongside that, other senior central bankers are expected to take place alongside him, including, of course, Bank of England's Andrew Bailey, Christine Lagarde of the ECB, Bank of Japan Governor Katsuhiro Ueda, and Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem. Now, probably second on that list to the big headline of Kevin Warsh, maybe the Bank of Japan's Katsuhiro Ueda after intervention has come strongly from him. But we'll cover that a bit in a while. So what are we really expecting from this? So it is central bankers. We do historically tend to not have massive moves on the back of it. It generally focuses on the Fed and any Fed moves. And we can see some quite big moves in the dollar and dollar associated, obviously, currencies. Secondary central banks, not so many moves, but it does give the analysts like myself and the economists out there a much better idea of where the central bankers are thinking moving forward, and it helps to shape thoughts moving forward for the rest of the year. So it's a longer term outlook we tend to get from this. So on top of central bankers there, you've got many of the big thought leaders, you've got some of the top economists in the world and market commentators. My invite still seems to be lost in the post. I'll have to check up on that. But apart from that, it could be a big market mover this year because of how things have been moving, even in the last few weeks. So US data certainly on the back foot. Non-farm payrolls came in weaker than expected. Inflation data is weaker, and other data is coming in poorly as well. Retail sales and consumer sentiment last week backed up what we've seen before, and we have seen a pullback in Fed rate hike expectations down to about 35% now. So the key takeaway will probably be Kevin Warsh's main keynote speech. That comes on Friday the 27th, I believe. And because he's the new guy on the block, and because he's changed a few things, this year it takes on kind of a greater importance than we've seen before. So number one, of course, and what the market will react to most strongly is those September rate hike expectations. Tied with that will be his view on inflation, how it's measured, any comments on that 2% inflation target as well. And the big thing that he's come in and changed is he's already told the market he's not keen on giving as much forward guidance as previous Fed committees have given. So we will be looking to see from him what he's going to do and how he's going to change things, and of course how that's going to affect the market. So probably the biggest chance for some moves from what we hear from him is any short-term stuff on those September rate expectations. Inflation's probably still going to be number one up there, but don't forget the jobs market as well. That took a big hit on that non-farm payroll number. So plenty coming through on that as well. So that's going to be the main kind of stuff that we're looking for from Kevin Warsh. Onto that secondary thing, we will hear from other central bankers. There is no doubt ECB's Christine Lagarde will talk. She loves it on the speaking circuit, as do the others. So Andrew Bailey from the Bank of England, that could move the pound fairly strongly. He tends to be more conservative. The interesting one, as I said before, could be the Bank of Japan's Governor Katsuhiro Ueda. We have seen huge intervention from the Bank of Japan. If he mentions currencies, if he talks about that, we could see some sharp moves in dollar yen and the yen crosses. Don't forget the Federal Reserve in New York came in and sold euro yen not that long ago. So I think the biggest risk or the biggest chance in the market is probably going to be on the dollar side of things. That could see yields move, that could see the dollar move. On the secondary side of things, the yen side of things could really move if we get some interesting comments from the Bank of Japan. So it could be a big mover. In general, it's normally seen as a front runner for longer term plays. But this one in particular, especially because we've got a new Fed chair, especially because we've had Japanese intervention, those could lead to some really big moves in the market. And that's why the market will be strongly focusing on it on those days. Excuse me, repeating myself a bit there. Now, the other side of it is the concluding part of the symposium comes over the weekend. So anything we get that's a little bit dramatic on the Saturday could really affect markets in thin liquidity on the Monday open in a week and a half's time. So big moves potentially coming, but longer term plays as well. So it's a big one to pay attention to for your trading operations. As always with us at ATFX, please click on the link and subscribe. We'll keep you up to date with everything. Good luck with your trading. And if you need anything from us, please do let us know. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.